So what happens is, the IMA, once it gets signed by the village and the town, goes to DOT for their final approval. All right, but they told us that there should not be an issue if the town and village agree.
So
The process is, first we sign the IMA, then it goes to DOT for final
So the
approval.
reason why the town is getting involved in this is because
The
Sharon
truck route
Turnpike
is in
runs
the town.
through the town, even though it's a DOT
Yeah,
road.
that's right.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
DOT is still gonna maintain everything?
Absolutely,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
What,
So Tim, this will also give your police department jurisdiction to tag people.
Yes,
mhm.
just to stop, and also we can start adhering to the law, which is no vehicles are to cross a double yellow line.
Right, yeah.
Which is impossible for those
On this-
semis that go through today.
Possible.
So that'll be part of it as well.
I mean, there's an outside chance that they could use 9 Partners Lane. It's not likely, but there's that option.
They could.
Yeah.
That's got a weight limit on it.
Well, that doesn't, you're right, that already has a limit on it.
4-ton weight limit.
Yeah.
I believe it's 4 ton, and I know I see it on both directions.
Well, the weight limits are basically not enforced.
No,
No one's going to be there for when these trucks are passing over either at night or early in the morning. Most of your speeding in the village takes place between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. I know I'm here for it every morning. That's when these trucks are going up and down, and that's when people are flying through the village.
try to get out of my
Has
driveway.
Unless there's an enforcement agent, it's not going to happen.
Has anybody, like, to slow down traffic, thought about the traffic light at the center of the town to make it a 4-way instead of, so that way everybody has to stop?
What do you mean?
You mean, four-way, the light is four-way.
It is.
No, the traffic light, it's not 4-way.
Yeah, it is, if you
Yeah,
push
they
the
make
walk
sure that-
button.
Well, it's not. If you're driving down and, like you say, speeders,
No.
and it's a green light,
Yeah,
well, you can go.
right.
But if the traffic light is not there and you have to stop.
Oh, you're talking about a
you
four-way
have to
stop sign.
Yeah,
Oh,
No.
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Has anybody discussed that?
No, I asked
But that would
them,
make them and stop.
yeah,
Well, how
I
would
asked them
I
if
get
they
it
could
now,
change
Joe,
that.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Right now, it's set up so it's a automatic Franklin Avenue green,
Mm-hmm.
and then turns red when cross traffic.
Yeah.
I asked them to reverse that, so the automatic was for the Church Street, and they said they wouldn't do that,
Mm-hmm.
because, again, Franklin's their road.
Would somebody look into that?
We never asked them that.
Well, would you, or somebody?
I guess we could,
Okay.
we could ask them that. I'd still like to pursue this as well.
No, of course,
Yeah.
of course, Tim. Oh,
And you still have to have the pedestrian sign.
Mhm.
Yeah. We also have
Kyle,
something
you-
flashing.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to make sure you're aware of two things, which is fine. So one is, if you agree to this, then we do have to do a local law
Sure.
following this, putting this into play, just to make, once the IMA is in place, if DOT, I would presume we'd wait to see if DOT signs off on it, then you guys got to do your local law. Village has to do, would have to do a local law too.
Right, within 90 days.
Yep, and then, correct, and then the only other thing is just to make sure there will be an obligation in terms of installing signage, it looks like,
Yeah.
for both the town and the village. So, that's my only comments.
Yeah.
Boy,
So would it be
that
proper
half-speed
for-
turn on 44 down by Cary is gonna be hairy.
There's plenty of room
Turning
there.
left.
There's plenty of room.
No. To come out there,
I know it's a bad angle.
and the way they fly on 44 past all of our property, past Thorndale, I mean,
Would it be proper for the village and the town maybe to sign off on a letter to the big trucks that go every day through the village? Would be the,
Well, that's why we put up a big sign that said, a month from now or whatever, this from a certain place.
right, well, would it be proper for us to send a letter to that company? Not the companies that operate the rigs, but the company that sends the material from here to New Jersey. Those are the biggest trucks that go through the village, and I think it's 4 times a day, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably, don't be surprised.
If we have to make this a
More.
local law, do we have to have a public hearing? at all?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
So that would depend on getting this through, is what comes on with general public, right?
I mean, ultimately, regardless of what the public says, it's your decision,
Right.
so.
Yeah, but sometimes they can be overwhelming.
The IMA starts the process off.
Yeah.
Right, we need to do that first, and then we go off and do the local
Yeah.
laws, in parallel to going to DOT. So, this is gonna take months to get this through.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to start with the IMA.
Okay. So what do we do?
I think I prepared a resolution a while back on this
Yeah,
matter.
I have it. You
Okay,
wanna,
perfect.
you wanna see the copy of it or?
Sure.
Yeah, we don't have that.
We have it.
Yeah, you guys all have a copy of it.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me your copy.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yep.
That's the one I said.
So,
Okay.
just a motion and a second, and take your vote.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. It's a good move forward.
Well, to start,
What happened the last time, Joe, we tried that?
They said you had to take over the road.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm not aware that they did say that because it was done. I mean, basically, traffic was altered, or allegedly altered. I think it just, I actually think, didn't they change the name?
yes.
Yeah, they switched.
Yeah,
fully
Did they switch the road, did it go on GPS?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the thing just ended up getting dropped and not really.
The big difference now is that we didn't put a weight limit on Franklin. Right, that's the big difference.
Yeah, no, I see that, but still,
Otherwise, it's right now.
was that before you and I went?
Yeah,
Before?
yeah, before me.
Yeah, so I don't know, I think it just sort of fizzled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That happened during Fuss's administration.
Yeah. So we just wait to hear from the state?
Well,
DOT?
if you sign your version of it, I'll
Yeah.
take it over to the mayor and get them to
Yeah.
do their thing with their town, their village board.
Okay.
And then we'll go notify DOT, and we'll start the clock for the change of local laws.
Yeah, I'll untangle that.
So Chris,
Oh, yeah.
so Chris, if you send me a copy for me tomorrow,
Yeah,
right, I'll take that, I'll have the mayor sign that one,
okay,
and I'll get it back to you, just so you know, sign version.
okay, awesome.
Thanks,
Great.
Tim.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good
You too.
Joe, you wanna give us your report?
I'm not sure if you're aware, I'm sure you are aware, of the condition on Route 82 South, the road condition, which is, very bad, in one lane in particular, which is the incoming lane towards the, Bennett Light.
Yeah, horrible.
Has been for years, but it is really, really bad. I've received several calls. I just wanted you to know that we have reached out to the state, to the particular outpost, let's call it, that takes care of that road, and to the regional director here in the state, and commented on it several, 3 times. So, we're not seeing much effort. I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
There was something on Facebook today about they were gonna pave it this year.
There's a lot of Facebook stuff.
Jimmy.
I actually reached out, excuse me, Joe,
Yeah.
to them a while ago.
Yeah.
And they said that from South Road to the top of the hill was gonna be repaved.
Okay,
Here
so,
at
and
some
let me
point.
explain that.
Did
So
they-
repaving does nothing. What it does is it gives us a little bit of time. They've done it several times. This has been going on for years. Underneath that blacktop road is concrete. The old
Yeah.
state roads were concrete. So as that shifts now, it's gone. Within a year or two, it's in the same
Yeah.
regardless of
Yeah.
how. So be it. If they do that, fine. It'll buy us some time. But
Well, I wouldn't want to see them put an overcoat on it. They need
No,
to crack
that's,
the seat or
well, that's what
remove it.
blacktopping is, they just coat over it,
Well,
and it
no.
does the same
You
thing.
better not.
Well, they will. They may mill it, they may mill the blacktop that's on there now, and get down a few, of course, 2-3 inches maybe, and then put more blacktop on it. But to get way down and get it done right, would take a lot of work and a lot of effort. But I'm just letting you know that, the town has been on it, so,
Okay,
all right?
good.
Your guide rails on Overlook, or Butts Hollow and Stanford should be going in starting at the end of this week or beginning of next week. They're long overdue. There's a lot of bad spots in town. There's several more that we'll probably do in the next 2 years.
These are guardrails? You said?
Guide
Guide rails.
yes, guide rails, not guardrails. There was a court case quite a while ago that found that you can't call them guardrails, but that's not what they do. You still go through them.
They're one and the same? Just different
They're
wording?
different materials. These are, the steel frames. They're not the wire ones, but,
Got it.
Ribbon?
They're gonna be the ribbon type?
yeah,
And what's the width gonna be between them on Butts Hollow Road?
I'm not sure what you mean the width between them.
If you're gonna put them out, they're gonna be on both sides of the road
Yeah,
in
well,
some
they're gonna be,
places?
well, specifically on the stream side, or most of it's gonna be down there. But, some places on Butts Hollow, you can't put them on both sides.
Well, yeah, I know, and I'm gonna be the one
I
driving
know,
down
I
there.
know, I know. Well, obviously, the width is, standard, probably 20 foot. Can you make that?
Yep.
All right. So, the road isn't 20 foot.
The bridge at the bottom of the hill is definitely not 20
Yeah, I
feet.
know, I know. Jamison Hill, your blacktop is done. Went well. We had rain during the course of the first day, we stopped, finished it the next day. So, that's what we're doing for the year. We've capped, both Montague and Sutton roads and put large drainage ditches in them, which were needed, dug out large drainage.
Yeah, it was up on
Your truck that we went out to bid for, the price of the cab and chassis only, $172 and change. 6 years ago, we bought basically the same truck. The cab and chassis was $141. So it's $30,000 more, which is, for 6 years, not bad. When I get the body figured out, I'll let you know. And the highway garage, you know about that?
Yeah.
Some damage. But the village building inspector, it is in the village, so I've had the village building inspector there. The engineer's coming tomorrow. He'll lay out sort of a quick plan. We'll get a building permit, and then the insurance company was there today. He went over, he was there a couple hours by. So that's where we'll proceed once we get the permit and start looking at funding it and getting it done.
But it is tarps, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's,
Any questions?
It was nice of Skylar to step up.
Oh, I don't know how many calls I'm gonna make. When somebody says yes, come on over. Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
I
so
think-
while Joe is here, we need to make a choice for Oak Summit. Did you get the emails?
Yeah.
And you all know which choice is, whether to shut the road down or whether to move it.
Yeah.
So my feeling would be we can just, as maybe Doug can tell the board that the farm doesn't need that to back up anymore, so it's not really a concern for
No
now.
trucks don't turn around on,
So,
They
they don't turn around on Oak Summit, they back straight into, they come in the other way and they back straight into Marshall's driveway. So it's not an issue. He was fine with the road being closed, it wasn't gonna affect them at all. I think that's the better issue for us, the better option for us, I'm sorry. Both cost and taking property on either side.
Right.
This is to replace the existing one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so whether it's, there's two options.
Right.
One of them is to
Right.
completely close the road or not close it, so.
Got it.
So my choice would also be to just close it.
Yeah, I agree.
Remove
Good.
existing and replace it.
Do we need a vote on that?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah. So I make a
Wanna do
motion
that?
to use option 2.
Close the road.
Yeah.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's the one they recommended too.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll notify Colliers tomorrow, and then, yep, we can move on with that. And then we have the field trip coming up, whenever you can squeeze it in.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on with that too.
Can we also?
I think when we're talking about, because of what happened to the highway garage, that we should consider, and I know that it's in here for my report later, but since it's relevant right now, that I think that we should form a committee to really start looking into the highway garage, and not only the building of a highway garage, but the location, where funding is available, if there's grants available, and with the idea to work towards starting a line item in the budget this fall to start preparing for it so that we're ready for it when we get ready to pull the trigger. But I think we need to start doing the legwork for it now before it, not a can we want to kick down the road any further. We've got equipment that won't fit in the building. The building is pre-Pearl Harbor at its best.
Yeah, we're so aware of that.
Joe, you said what, that one side you said was what, 1800s?
Used to be the, carriage house before the hotel.
That little section off the right?
The newest part was, 41, on the main building. I'm not sure where the block building is.
And Joe pointed out to me, 2 inches down, that branch would have broken that high-pressure water line.
I saw
That
it.
whole place would have been flooded.
I saw it.
That would empty that tank
Yep.
overnight.
And Joe, didn't you tell us a few months back that the state or the county offered us some property down off of?
They did. They offered us a 99-year lease, I believe it was, down near their building. There was some, discussions never really got going, but there was some little things in there that probably needed some more discussion. They wanted us to use their salt shed. There was, a certain area they wanted us in where there's a much nicer area, et cetera. So,
Is that something you would
I could
consider
revisit
looking
it,
at?
sure.
Oh, we could, Doug, just so you know about that, that's down by the infirmary.
Yep.
Yeah, I talked to Deidre about it, in passing. I mean, I think, I don't know, if it's still, I'm sure it is. No other takers, but, so that's one spot.
Also, because the state encourages collegiality between municipalities, this committee may be worth talking to the village and see if you did a joint location for that highway, both village and town on the same site. You might open up opportunities for extra grants.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with that, we'll start a committee somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Joe, I'm gonna call you next week.
We're gonna break something out, do something else, if this gets done this way. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, Lois,
How are ya?
good?
Sorry I'm late. The bank reconciliations have been done in May. I only received them in June, like on Tuesday for June, so there wasn't an opportunity to get them done. I provided the board with the New York class statement ending June 30th. We made over 15 grand. Transportation
Oh my
and
God.
water receipts are posted, I know, every day I look
That
at it,
is
I didn't look at
crazy.
it probably, I
Wow.
don't know, 18, 19, I guess.
Wow.
I will provide the supervisor's report, which I normally do, once I get these bank recs done, just to, I like to confirm my posting of revenue. So I will get that to the board as soon as possible. I provided the board with, what PTO time, the employees have left. I think that was a request, I'll do that quarterly. The monthly revenue from the justice court, the building department, and town's clerk office from June have all been received. I did the, state and federal, tax returns, the payroll tax returns, they're submitted. I also have to submit the NYS 45, the state form for workers' comp, information, so. I attended a seminar in Fishkill on June 17th. One of the reasons I went was, because of the prevailing wages. It didn't give a lot of insight to our side of it, but the employer side. And municipalities should be using contractors that have been certified and registered with the Department of Labor. And they have a website where you can look it up to see if they're registered. We're supposed to be doing this.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
What does it take to be registered if you're not?
I think they just, I think the fee is $250 minimal.
How long is that long?
I think it's like forever. He didn't say anything about, he wasn't the best speaker, but, didn't say anything about it. I don't think it's yearly. Honestly, I don't think we talked on that. But when somebody, submits a bid, they're also supposed to submit that certification. So it's something to consider. There are, some businesses, some contractors that have, some of the area ones have not. It's advantageous to them because people are now looking for, municipalities, for these certified contractors. I think it's just a question, I'm not really sure what it is on the end of the contractor, but this is supposed to, what we're supposed to be doing going forward. And then I'm just, requesting that, we use money that's been, allocated for the septic work that was done up at the parking pool. There is a line item, I did provide you with the spreadsheet out of the capital account. There is 33,000 and change we can use, I don't, it's somewhere in this file. So to be able to transfer money out of that. And then the rest of it, it's almost 10 grand that we would use fund balance for if we had to.
So do we need a motion for that, to move the
I
money?
would have to say yes.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Fine.
My report,
Thanks for all this.
short and sweet, but.
Yeah, good.
And Kyle, I wanted to give this to you, right now, from the highway department. Regarding one of his employees.
Okay.
People take a look at it for Joe. Joe has a copy, so you could look that over.
Can I ask you a question about the
Yeah.
whole,
That's fine.
contract?
I'm still gonna.
Is there any way that we could take the contractors that we've already used and find out, start making a list of the contractors that we have used to see if they're on that list?
You can just, I can log in. There's a site on the Department of Labor. and you
It would be
can-
nice for us to start having a list of contractors that we already know, just prevailing wages, and on this list, right?
Yeah.
What we do use over and over again.
There's no problem complying with this.
Okay, all right.
You want me to hold this, or is this mine, or?
Sure.
Okay, there's no problem.
If you want to keep it, I think you should, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So you'll pass that message back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it, so I can look it up, and there are some in the area, not some quite locally, but it's to their advantage.
Thanks, Lois.
Yeah.
Danielle?
This, next to me, is Kathleen Martin, and
Oh,
she has
Kathleen.
submitted a letter to you, from the Chamber Foundation, and she's making a request for a pavilion usage.
Kathleen, what is the youth leadership team building half-day program?
Very simply, we have 80 kids who do youth leadership. We're hoping to have 80 kids. We're still enrolling. It's in late September. The village of Millbrook has already offered us the rec center if I can't get any free park space. So I have a backup plan. We will probably do a tug of war, maybe a little bit of Nerf paintball stuff where we throw Nerf balls with paint at each other. It's really just to get our, yeah. It's really just to get our 10th and 11th graders cohesive as a group before we really kick off the leadership program. Last year we used the BOCES gym. I wasn't part of the program last year. But my CEO, Frank, said it would be nice to have it outside. But we do need a pavilion because
Case of weather.
if it rains, it's still nice to have it on that day.
So you need it for the day?
Just a half day, just
Half-
from
Oh, gee.
8 to 12. I mean, it's nothing. But it's a shoestring budget. In fact, you know, you don't need to know this, but yesterday I put 15 letters in the mail asking local foundations for micro grants for this program. I don't have money to pay for pizza for the kids. So I don't have park pavilion money either. I thought I'd come to you and ask nicely because you guys are my neighbors.
So this is just curiosity. Where are the kids coming from?
They're coming from all over. It's a Dutchess County program.
Mm-hmm.
So actually when I brought it up to our CEO, he said, wow, so we're going to have it way out there. I think generally we host things more centrally, but this is a benefit because these parents will be bringing these kids in for a couple of hours. They're not going to leave the village of Millbrook. They're going to go to the Best and get a coffee. Hopefully they'll go to the jewelry store and buy some stuff from Kurt. Maybe they'll hang out and go to the antique mall. They come from mostly the Arlington School District, John Jay, Wappingers Falls. Forgive me, I'm a newcomer, so I don't know the area as well as you guys do. But this is a good chance for these people to see our part of the world. So there is a benefit to the town of Washington and to the village of Millbrook.
So there's a need for an assembly area,
Yes, but
which is basically welcoming perhaps some talk and stuff, and then you're dispersing out into the fields and doing things outdoors.
Will they be using the?
So do you want is the building considered in this, or is it the pavilions, or?
I wasn't gonna make a big ask
What?
for the building, but if you wanted to be
Pavilion.
lovely, you give that too.
So the large pavilion or the small pavilion or outdoors?
Either
And
one.
outdoors?
Yeah, would
Okay.
work.
Or both, I mean, they could start in
Sure,
one section, if you're separating them at some point, you might need,
Yeah, we don't need to get fancy, but it would be great for these kids to feel, you know, really special.
Plus, I kind of concur with exposing the public to that facility now. So it's a nice way to bring guests in.
what about parking? So how's that gonna work? Are the parents all dropping their kids?
They're dropping and going. Yeah, the parents don't stay for it. You would need parking for,
Staff.
the staff, and there's probably going to be, I hope, somewhere about 10 staff people.
The park's not open, of course, and that
It's not
does.
open,
Right.
right?
So how do we work that? Would somebody be there?
The day of the Yankees game, so I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna be around for it.
Well, the gate needs to be opened and then locked when the function's over.
And the pool will be closed,
It's empty.
Correct.
so there won't be any swimming.
No, absolutely not.
Now,
Good idea.
so they're there half day.
And, I mean, I live on 82. I will open and close if you guys want to trust me with that.
Sure.
What are the times?
We want the staff to get there by 8, and we want to be done with this by 12:15.
I have no problem with it.
I don't know.
No, it's
I
good.
think it's a nice,
Yeah, it's a nice gesture.
Is not around with that time time period?
No, it's Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday.
We'll
I
work
didn't even
something
look
out.
at that part.
We'll work something out. I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
no, thank you for coming and explaining it.
Danielle,
Yes.
we need a certificate of insurance because of, from that organization.
I can provide you.
That all gets, and then, so communicate with Danielle of all the required stuff, and then we're fine.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Very nice seeing
You're
you.
welcome.
Sorry, I have to take off. I have to
Sure.
get
Okay.
the fireman's in.
We
Thank you.
understand.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thank you. Programming, the college program starts on September 7th and ends on June 12th. We are full so far for this year.
What was that?
Toddler.
Pilot program.
The what?
Mile.
Oh, okay.
Our camp, we have approximately 84 kids that are going to camp this year. 6 pre-K, 6 C2Cs. We have an after-camp program for arts and crafts right now. That's full for this session. There's another section the 2 weeks after that we only have 6 people signed up for that, but we're hoping for that to fill up. The whole purpose of having these after-camp programs is because parents have really wanted full day. That's on all of their questionnaires at the end of camp. Everybody's always saying, we want full day, we want full day. But this year, comparing it to last year, we had 108 children that were signed up for camp. This year, we're only at 84 or 86 or something. So it's really spoken to the community now that we have to make a move. Brought it up to the rec commission last night, and I gave them a couple of different scenarios, one being a 9 to 4 camp and another being a 9 to 3 camp. They voted on it and they decided to do a 9 to 3 camp, but we would offer a before of 7:30 to 9 and an after care camp that would be from 4 to 5. So it's time to change things up a little bit and offer full-time, which is what parents are really asking for in our community. I do have
Everybody has to
a
work.
resolution with the hours that would be changing.
Yeah. The reason that, and I attended the meeting last night, the reason we felt it needed to be brought tonight is because the budget process is going to be starting within several weeks, and this is going to have a dramatic impact on projected budget for 2026, because you're basically doubling the hours. We looked in, or we will be looking into the restrictions on junior employees, how many hours they're able to work. But the quicker we can get this into the budget process, moving forward, and then start advertising it. Right now, as was mentioned, there was a big discussion on numbers. 84 as compared to 124 or 120 some
104.
previous years.
Huh?
108 last.
108 last year.
Right, and then previous years, we were up as high as, there were times when it was 200 waiting list. But we lost to other communities because they're offering full. And we believe that the existing parents will probably hang in, so we're looking to try and pull in 30 or 40 to come back and turn this into plus it has potential to add other components. Not just kids things, but we can build in STEM programs perhaps. Talking to the school district, some of the teachers last night were saying, hey, maybe a teacher does this during the summer and helps kids, improve their academic standards too. So there's a lot of potential here, but the key was get it approved tonight so that we can get it into the budget process.
Sure. I'm good with it.
How much of it do you think the reduction in campers is due to other programs in other communities versus declining enrollment or youth in the school?
I really truly think that it's them going, that they need daycare.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
And
what
they-
parent, I mean,
We're
you're,
going to LaGrange right now, and LaGrange opens up in January for a full day program, and they close by the beginning of March. And they're taking Millbrook school kids. Many of them have been going there for other
assume in the budget process, we will probably have a max number that you'll be at. You will want to establish a waiting list as we go through that process, if we get to that point.
The maximums I'm finding that you've always had since Chelsea started here was 175.
Right.
She maxed out at. But when I started, we had 200 kids in that building, so it can be done.
And on the street, we've heard
think
that
that's
other
always-
people have
yeah.
opted to go to other
Climb the
fields.
leather and walk in the building handle. That's where your max
Handled it
is.
before, so,
Yeah.
but, you know, like, if it's, Jonathan said that if it has furniture in it, we can only do 75, but if we're not having that furniture, then we can at least double it.
What's the legal max though in the building? Do we
It's up
know?
to Jonathan, and I think that
Yeah, because he
he
put
said
this
well over
sign
100,
here. Oh, okay.
right?
But also this will stimulate is basically similar to a school planning modular education. So you've got some kids not in the building, down at the waterfront, you got
Right.
kids in the
Yeah.
building, you got
Yeah.
kids out in the fields, so it's all of that structuring, which
Which they have now.
Danielle's gonna need help,
It's like periods, like you had.
Yeah.
almost getting a director of just the summer program. So do we need
So we should make a
approval
motion.
on that?
Yeah.
I'll make the motion to accept that.
Second to that?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Okay, so the grants for the CDBG, one that we've already talked about, the work is finished. The payment process is now starting. We paid him, we need the check back so that we can send it to the county and get our money back. So that's kind of what we're waiting for right now.
Okay.
We have not heard yet back from the MIG grant, so that's the next grant that we will be moving forward on if we do get it. They have called a couple of times and they asked different questions about it.
Okay.
We're still, I think, in the running. The seniors, we have a Lake George trip, July 19th, next Saturday. There's 40 people that are registered for that. The next trip is August 17th, and that's at the Resort World Catskill Casino. Our senior luncheon was very successful. We started off with no electricity at all, but the electricity came back just in time. Everybody really liked what they saw about the new building. We had fun games that they played. We tried a new caterer, which was Matt Purcell's wife, and everybody loved it.
Right,
There was
it's
so much food, everybody
phenomenal
went home with a
food.
doggy bag.
Yep.
So. The pool is now open 7 days a week. During the week, it's open 12 to 6, and on the weekends, it's open 11 to 7. Pool passes are available until this Sunday. So far, pool passes this year are 37 family, 2 adult, and 9 senior passes. We have had now 18 facility rentals on the books. The New York Yankee tickets didn't do well the first time we put it out there. So I originally thought that we could do Yankee tickets along with the bus ride, and we got about 4 or 5 people that were interested in that. It was a little expensive. It was $150 per person to do that. So I quickly took away the bus trip, got the money back mostly for that, and now we have the expense of the tickets. So we're trying to sell the tickets for face value at this point. They're $75, and they include 90 minutes worth of food. This will be the last time I offer a Yankees trip or anybody else kind of trip like
That's a
this.
September game, correct?
That's correct. So it's September 27th, and it's a 1 o'clock game, and again, $75 a ticket.
Who are they playing?
They changed it up on me. So originally they gave me a different date, and it was Blue Jays, but I'll let you know.
It's the day before my
It's the
birthday,
second
so
to
if
the
they were
last.
playing the Red Sox, I would take a ticket, but.
No, it's not. Not that either.
Your birthday's the 28th?
Yeah.
Where,
Where's mine?
I gotta ask, where are the,
No kidding?
Hey, I'm on it.
because I went to the Mets, Yankees game this year, and we had pretty good seats, and I think I had to take a picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not cheap.
But I suggested to Danielle, we're advertising local. If they aren't selling, let's expand the circumference or the diameter of the outreach. Pleasant Valley, LaGrange, just get rid of them.
For what, Mike? I didn't hear you.
Get rid of the
If sales locally doesn't occur and we still have tickets,
Oh,
let's reach out to other communities like LaGrange
Yeah.
and Pleasant Valley and offer them
good
there.
idea. Yep,
And just get rid of them.
yep.
So,
I have to,
Danielle, is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
I have a question. The Eagle Scout project,
Yes,
how is that going?
it's coming, they are working on it.
They've
Yes.
started and working on it? Okay, so I
Joe, I could let you know, I went up today, and they were working in the upper shed. Two of the nice boys,
they're,
and they're cranking.
when are they there?
It depends on
The
basically
father.
the weather.
The weather?
Right,
Like
and his
tomorrow's a
father
nice
runs
day.
That helps out a lot.
His father runs the
They were there
jigsaw.
Sunday in the back doing some work. I was up there and they actually drove a car all the way to where the wall is. And they were working over there.
Okay, so I just need that.
Danielle, you want to mention to what the caterer in the concession stand has been doing on Sundays?
Kay just started last Sunday offering music at the park. It was so successful. We had residents there that had never been to the park before. They'd lived here for years and had never been to the park. So we had 177 people
Wow.
come to the park that day, and she offered barbecue food. It was so successful that this Sunday we'll be doing it again. And our very own Jonathan is going to be there with his band,
Yeah,
along with that same barbecue.
great.
So, and
Nice.
Kay is fully supporting that effort.
Mhm.
So.
She's an amazing woman. Man.
I saw her this morning, she said she wants to keep that going all summer.
Good. So I have a question too, when you're ready.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, I happened to be going by the park when they were dropping off,
Yeah.
and the cars were all the way down Route 44. Is there any, I mean, there was a truck driver,
I know.
tooting his horn, he was ranting and raving.
All it takes is one grandma asking 20 questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
today
it-
I did have to actually say to her, please pull over and
Can't
answer.
Can't they loop up the hill and then come around
Loop up with Hill.
anywhere on the property where they
It
can
really
just...
isn't that long. In 15 minutes it's done and over with. You just came.
I just came at the right
Yes,
time.
yes.
Plus, Bob, one of the challenges of the committee that I'll mention later that's going to look at that is working with that drop-off system. If we can create that exit out into Little Rest, then they can go
Oh,
right
yeah.
through. We
You
can
could
pull
put-
them
no,
in.
you could double the
We can
cars.
pull them in further.
Double. You could double
But
it
right
on
now,
the way in.
for years, it's been back up. It's a matter of just getting them in and people being patient, but it's about a 15 or 10 minute. And once it starts flowing, it's good.
Okay.
But you got kids crossing, you got,
I
But
know.
they get
They
there
do an
really early,
excellent-
they start lining up at 8:30, even though we don't open the doors until 9. I've gone through the whole line before and said, you can actually pay to drop off your kid early, so you don't have to wait in this line, and they are not taking the bait on that one.
Yeah.
So they all have to wait there, and I'm not opening the doors until 9, that's not what we're offering, we're offering it at 9. At 9 o'clock, we'll open those cars and we'll get your kids out as fast as we can.
and that's one of the challenges we're gonna try and solve.
Okay.
I mean, that line.
I just worry about
I can't
dangerous.
Rear end,
But
yeah,
just
rear end.
understand that we only have so many staff that can get them out of the car. So even if you're going out Little Rest, it's still only 12 people that are getting kids out of the car.
No,
So,
I understand that. What I was thinking of is there a way we could, keep that line going and just have the cars somehow, instead of going to the right, like they have to go by the camp building,
oh,
is to go to the left and loop around so there'd be a line of cars on our property and not sticking out in the middle of the road.
The problem is the crossing of the automobiles down by their ticket.
I know.
You have to have
Yeah.
somebody directing traffic.
Yeah.
So,
I mean-
we'll try and solve that for you.
Well, again, it's not,
Oh, I understand.
I'm not complaining about it, I'm just worried about somebody getting hurt.
it's been working for 25 years.
I know, okay, but
Oh, boy.
that was pretty scary when I
Yeah,
went by, I
don't mention
never
that.
tell you.
Please, okay.
I know.
Thanks, Dave.
one time.
Thank you. It wasn't a criticism.
No.
It was just,
Did you have Matt's report or not? No. Okay, Chrissy.
Okay, so for the town clerk report we generated 26 dog licenses for $169, 5 marriage licenses for $110, 35 fishing licenses for $207, and transfer station permits, 121 at $6,570. This is like really busy time for transfer station. And the punch cards, we sold 71 at $3,752 for $10,808 total for the month.
Good.
So we were pretty busy. The 2025 tax collection is complete. We collected over $8 million in property taxes. We reconciled within our office, and we also reconciled with the county, and the tax roll is available for review in the clerk's office. And in a couple months, we'll start next year, but we're good for that for now. That's pretty much all I have, but I did want to touch base with you, Danielle, about Community Day. I know, I'm sorry.
Let me get through camp, please.
Okay.
Get through camp. That's the problem, is
Yeah.
I get through camp and community day is right there.
Are you thinking of doing a booth? Because I can,
What group? I mean, I was there.
yeah.
What more, what do they,
Well, I think the location was bad last year.
it was absolutely
It was awful. So maybe we can get you a better location. And I can work with you and I
What's
can,
the date of community day?
it's the 20th.
September 20th.
I believe it's September 20th. And maybe if you're not available, I could be there and we could just have something from the town. A program.
yeah. Absolutely.
And of course, we'd need Danielle's
We'll see
great
how-
ideas in order
Yeah.
to do that,
Sure.
but.
We'll cut you in half.
So when I see that you're not busy, I'll just grab you.
Oh,
Okay?
Good luck. All right,
And
thanks.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Doug?
Okay, planning board meeting on July 1st started off, Singer Twarkowski, property on Butts Hollow Road. They signed the wrong map last month. They had to re-sign the map for a lot line adjustment. That was quick, in and out. The Schmidt and Conway property on Valley Farm Road, already had ZBA approval. The public hearing was open from the month before. DEC had finally commented that they had no jurisdiction on it because the wetlands were not actually that far up. Our wetlands consultant, Steve Marino, was happy with, and all conditions were met. No comments were made during the public hearing. Resolution to approve with an inspection before certificate of occupancy was issued. That resolution was passed. The third item was the Calern Road project. Colliers gave an overview of the project, did a really nice job. PowerPoint presentation with the lights off. I mean, the only thing we were missing was popcorn for next time. Would be pretty good. AKRF asked about minimizing tree, shrub, and flower removal. We're not planning on taking mature trees. When the public hearing was opened, there was 6 residents that made public comments. All of them were related to how the project would affect their property. None were negative comments on the property, on the project, sorry. As far as culverts that were flooding their yard, will the project speed up or slow down the traffic on the road? But all comments were in favor of the project, none against. The public hearing was left open as the planning board is still waiting for the CAC to make a comment on the project. So that comment will be before they meet next month. They'll have that. The fourth item was Casterteros on 20 Short Road, seeking site plan approval for a 2-story addition with a basement, classified as a type 2, sent to county planning for comments. Public hearing will be scheduled for next month. an update on the boys dormitory project at the Millbrook School from Stanfordville, that they approved that and that project is moving forward. And then there was discussion about the fees again. That's an ongoing project. The working idea is that the initial escrow amount will be the same as it is currently, and then rely on AKRF, who's the consultant, to give a recommendation on how much more, how big of a project it is going to be, how long it's going to stay in front of the planning board, and how much more they need, and that will be a sliding scale, is the working theory. Eric, Adam, and myself will meet sometime before their next meeting to kind of hammer out a little more of a fine-tuned idea on that. And that was it. The planning board meeting was closed. We were actually, even with the presentation, it was a fairly early, quiet night.
Good.
That was all good. The other, I'm sorry?
The room was packed.
The room was packed. There was a lot of people. It was less than standing room only. But
I
everybody,
wouldn't say it was overwhelmingly packed, though. I expected a little bit more, and some of them actually left after the Schmidt-Conway presentation. So it was kind of, I expected overwhelming, but it wasn't overwhelming. And it was very nice, as you said, their comments and questions were not against the project at all.
No.
not at all.
So,
It
it was a good meeting.
It was. Any questions on that?
Nope.
The other thing that I had, I don't know if Kyle saw this, I sent it to you kind of late today, the draft of the right to farm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of cut and paste and a couple small changes and a combination of Stanfordville and the counties.
And that's what you wanna, the suggestion is to amend our local law to include something like that?
Yeah, there is no local, yeah.
Okay.
We're added to the local.
We're added.
All right, I did get it today, I took a quick look at it, let me review it in more detail, and I'll get back with some comments.
And it's hospitality, right?
It's hospitality, the printer or the computer
Yeah.
cut that part off.
Yeah, just so we.
Yeah, the hospital
Kyle,
has
if you
no,
see that,
the hospital survey has nothing to,
yeah.
Yeah, I did take a quick look at it today,
It will also recreate the Agricultural Advisory Committee, which I believe we did have years ago.
in the case of, if it's needed, if there's a problem between a farmer and a resident, I think that's the first step for resolution would be have a ag advisory committee look at it. Again, that says that none of it's binding, but maybe it can smooth out some problems before they put out campfires before they become forest fires. So if Kyle's gonna look at that, then we'll wait for Kyle to look at that before I ask for to move forward with that with a public hearing.
Doug, the overall purpose of this is to make it easier to farm, correct?
To eliminate nuisance lawsuits or problems. You know, somebody moves in, buys a piece of property, it will inform them, one, that they're buying a piece of property within so many feet of a farm or in an ag district that's an existing farm. And they have to sign off on that. The real estate agents will have to inform them before the sale goes through. And it just limits, you know, the little things like, oh, you know, he's operating at night. You know, it smells like cow manure.
I was gonna say,
You know, it's those little things that,
It's the country.
Right.
you know, we had had the police called on us yesterday because we were considered a suspicious vehicle for the truck and the trailer hauling hay. So, you know, some of this stuff is gonna kinda,
You think they're smuggling, some LSD in the hay? Oh, boy.
so I just, if we're gonna keep with our rural background, you know, the county's already passed one, I know it, Sanfordville has passed one, but I think that we need to be,
I agree with you.
proactive.
Absolutely.
We were nothing but farms.
Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah.
That's all I have, 'cause we already talked about the highway garage
yep.
committee, so,
Yep. Thanks, Doug. Okay, Mike.
Okay, court update. In June, there were 32 defendants that came before the court. Most were speeding tickets. The amount of money that was collected was $3,175, which Lois has indicated in her report. We don't have the breakdown on that particular to town or state or village yet. But to date, through June, the town has collected $8,912 compared to total collections of $12,251. So we're a little behind the pace that was struck last year. So with the summer and then getting into more of the fall months, that may change. Ethics Committee, I spoke to Laura Allen. The Ethics Committee is meeting periodically, but there have been no issues other than she's in communication with Chrissy to try to schedule some upcoming needed annual presentations. And because you're a new board member, she would like to speak with you about what the Ethics Committee does, and so I'll give you her contact information. Recreation Strategic Planning Committee update. That was the committee that the board gave approval to form to take a look at the recreation facility up in Madisville and the gym in the village. We met on June 23rd. The 11 members plus the 3 support people, Bob, Danielle, and myself, came together in this room. There was a video of the overflight that Michael was able to create for us to take a look at the 24.9 acres of land that's up there. We also reviewed some of the history of the place, and I'll just quickly, Joe will probably like this. The Hyatt family decided to, Hydrick family decided to do a regional-wide swimming area in 1933. It opened in 1933. It was $25 per day for an adult and 10 cents per child. In 1946, June 7th,
How much,
No.
25 cents, I think.
$25.
Did I say dollars? 25
I was
cents.
gonna.
I should-
We're all paying attention, Mike.
I got too much going on. In June of 46, it was sold to the town for $16,000. That's when the town took control of it. Most of it was continued to be maintained as it is now. So the infrastructure there dates back to the early 1930s, some of it. There are 11 structures, 1 ball field, miniature golf area, playground, exercise area, a European kickball circle up top. There's 2 streams, 1 pond, 1 spillway, a man-made pool, multiple grills, picnic areas, access gates, and so on. The group was given individual responsibilities and then formed into 7 subgroups that will now be looking at various areas of the park. Infrastructure above, infrastructure below, access, safety. There's a whole myriad. We're in phase 1 right now. They will not meet again until the end of August. I believe it's August 21st. They'll come back with their initial views of their walkthroughs of what they're seeing compared to what we've been seeing for a number of years and spending money on. They will then take a quick look, because by then we hope the pool has been drained. We'll take a serious look at the drained swimming area. The undersurface is the piping, the walls, the whole thing. Then we will come back and continue to meet in phase 2 and 3 to develop concrete vision of what could be up there, what's up there now, and go from there. And then some of the committees will look at how to pay for this, whether it's grants, some impacts perhaps on tax structures. Bob and I are going to look at what other communities are doing, what other states are doing. Some of it will be under jurisdiction of state law. We may have to hire a consultant that will help us with this. We're also trying to contact the county to see if they have some of the diagrams of the work that's been done up there in the past. The buildings, spillways, electric lines, sewer lines, the whole bit, beyond what we currently know that's up there. We just put in new leach fields, new septic systems, and so on. They're going to look at the buildings. Are the buildings appropriate for 2 more years, 5 more years, 10 more years? And then uses. We'll open it up to the community too. What would they like to see up there? This is totally divorced from program. Once we get an idea of what it could be, then David, particularly David Whalen, who was the first full-time rec director here, who now works for the county, oversees the airport, the county parks, he has given us an insight. And one other committee member said it's not only what you want up there and put the money into what you want up there and spend it, but then it's keeping it going, which can be a challenge too in the future. So we'll keep you abreast of everything. We may have to extend out the final presentation maybe into early 26, so that you'll have at least a document that you can work with.
Awesome. Good.
And I think that is it for me. Oh, the gardens here. Matt has spent a lot of time cleaning up the front. I took a Sunday and trimmed out some of the holly bushes. There's an invasive vine now in the community that's overgrowing everything. I mean, it's terrible. It's killing trees. You can't get rid of it. But we pulled a lot of it out. He mulched it. But as we were doing it, we found that some of the drain system from the roof that has extended piping
To the yard.
into the yards, including under this slope here on the, it looks like there's some electrical boxes, if you will look at those, that some of these drains were sitting on, and the water was draining out onto these boxes. They're plastic caps. They look like they are electrical boxes. So if you'll take a look at, after tonight, we'll walk out and I'll show you. We were concerned of what they really are. They don't seem to be connected into the air conditioning system, but I didn't know if at one time there were lights around this building way back when. I have no idea.
That's the only thing I can think of.
But yeah, one of the downspouts water right onto the electric box. So Matt was not too comfortable with that. So, and then
We would have had a problem with that if it was.
oh yeah, it would have blown already. And then over the July 4th weekend and watching all the festivities and everybody touting, next year is going to be a big celebration across the country. We are the town of Washington, and I thought maybe we should maybe start thinking, and I can call our town historian and see if he has maybe an idea of maybe something we as a town should do for next year's 250-year celebration. I threw some ideas past Danielle on the board the other night. I was watching, one community did a time capsule when it was the 200th, and the other, this past 4th of July, they opened it up and took everything out and looked at it. So it might be an idea, maybe a walk, run, all those kinds of things. But
That'll be a good one.
I think we should start thinking of that. The town tricentennial won't occur until 2038. And if you recall, Bill Free and Barbara Murphy were the co-chairs of that. I handled the parade that we had, and then that plaque out front, but that will be somebody else's responsibility in 2038. So.
Yeah.
But we should starting to think about, at least make an outreach to the historian and see.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
And pull together another small committee and say, hey, what are we going to do for next year?
Very
That's
good.
all I've got.
Good, Mike. Thank you. Joseph?
Okay, so let's see, we took care of Oak Summit. Doug touched on and explained Killen Road. We we had a public, hearing for that. It's, going to continue to the August 5th, planning board meeting. The intent for the town to be the lead agency for the SECRA review, that was all circulated to all the agencies and boards that needed to be. But we have to wait 30 days from the date of certified letter or receipt. But
Yep.
so we wait 30 days for anybody who may be against that. So we have that time to just go at this until we need to act on that. Okay? So, let's see. And then regarding the ZBA, there were two items on the agenda. And one of them was the continuation on 322 Valley Farm Road of the ongoing application to construct a two-car garage with office space above. The public hearing was opened and closed with no public comments. Motion was approved to classify action type 2 under SECRA. The zoning variances were approved. At 35 Maple Hill Drive at the Wilbur residence, the applicant is seeking to add to an existing garage from 1 to 2 cars. Letter from Skip Safari endorsing the project was read. The motion was made to open and then close the public hearing. Howard Schuman supported Skip's endorsement. No further public comments were made. The variances were passed. There is no meeting on July 15th due to no applications.
Good.
So,
That's your neighborhood, right, Wilbur?
Yeah, oh, Wilbur? Yeah, next Sam and, circle. So,
Gary's been there a long time. Used to be the milkman.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the milkman. Yeah.
All right, Bob, your report.
Okay, Margaret, I see you're here, so just to let you know, so if you don't want to stay, is the board hasn't made any confirmation yet whether we want to move forward on my recommendation. So,
Nothing's been drafted up.
nothing. So, at this...
I'm still gonna be here.
No,
I'm
okay.
still learning my CAPD.
Yeah. Okay.
But thank you for.
But yeah, we got your letters, and
Yeah.
I'm sure we all read them. So the first thing I want to mention is the transfer station. On Thursday, the 24th, Jimmy Brownell and myself will meet Vincent Nunziato from Royal Karting, and he's going to look over the 2 containers that we've been paying for like, I don't know how many years, paying rent on them. And he's going to take a look at our compactors that we own and make some suggestions, because Jimmy would like to, they're both ancient, we'd like to, and we've been keeping them going. They're little diesel engines on them that crush the garbage and stuff, and then Royal takes them away. So Jimmy thinks we should put in the budget, start putting in the budget to replace one, keep one for parts, to keep the other one going, and then in a couple of years, get another one, because we really do need 2. They're not real big, but they work really well, so we have 2 chutes for people to put garbage in. So that'll happen on the 24th, and I'll report at the next meeting what came out of that. The air conditioning in here seems to be still working somewhat, but it's old, and I need permission to explore getting this replaced so we can put it in this year's budget. So I'm sure everybody is okay with that. I'll follow through on that. We did find a very small leak, and it was repaired, and we recharged the system, checked everything for leaks, put dye in the system, and if it fails again, we'll hopefully be able to find the spot right away, and if it's another small thing, we can patch it again. But it's been working out for, what, about a month? Joe's not here, but Joe is aware that we have a few residents that are complaining about trees that are threatening their property. I talked to Kyle about it on the phone today, and one's on Little Rest Road and one is on Route 44, both on the town property at the park. The lady in the old McLaughlin house, I guess we would know it as. To me, it's the old Doherty house, but there's 2 trees. The people who own the place tagged them with a little red ribbon that are on our property, on our side of the stream, and they're leaning right towards their big giant storage shed. And they had taken a couple of down that were in their yard, and you know, I told her, you're welcome to take them down, and she says, well, it's not our budget to take your trees down. So Joe's gonna look at them with me. We're gonna do it today. He got tied up, so we'll probably do it tomorrow, and then I'll report back. The biggest problem is our guys don't take trees down. We cut trees up that are already down, like in the road and stuff, and we're able to do that. We don't really have the expertise to cut trees and make sure they fall in the right direction and stuff.
Yeah.
So and you know, we have to pay prevailing wage, and as Joe said, if we have to hire tree guys to cut all the trees that they get complaints on, we'd be bankrupt. It cost, we were quoted $10,000 to get a crane and get that tree out from behind the garage and just put it on the blacktop. One big tree, but it was where you couldn't get trucks in there, so they had to go over top of the garage with a crane, cut it.
Did you check with Allen or Liv by any chance?
Yeah, that's who did it.
That's who did it.
Yep. He told them, and it was overtime and all that, so we
4th of
paid.
July.
Double
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So anyway.
That crane is impressive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're going to talk about that in the executive session. I'm looking into the property at 3705 Route 44. That's the old Galhai house. The weeds have now grown higher than the front windows of the house.
Yeah.
Jonathan has sent a letter to the address on record, has no response yet. I'm going to do further research on that. I've gotten personally 4 or 5 complaints about it.
So
So
3705.
that's the house next to the old deli,
Okay.
by the dealership,
Yep.
across the street, and
Where I thought,
yeah. And there's a abandoned car there. It still has plates on it, but it's got a blown engine in it. And it's been sitting there for 2 years. And I believe, and I'm just saying this out loud, that I don't know it for a fact, but the house was listed as a B&B before we passed our law. And I don't think anybody ever stayed there, because we never saw any cars there. And now it's just, nobody's been there forever. So I don't know if they just walked away from the property, but we'll find out. There is a zombie law in
did
the
they pay
state.
the taxes?
Pardon me?
Check.
Yes.
Check.
I believe Jonathan checked and said the taxes were paid. And the only address for the people is the 3705 Route 44.
Maybe if we can go backwards and find how they paid their taxes, maybe there's a different address we can.
Yeah, they might have a different mailing address.
Yeah, if we could do that, yeah. So, no response so far.
The neighbor does stay there now and again, but not since she stopped mowing the grass.
Pardon me?
The owner does stay there now and again, but it's been a long time since she mowed the grass.
Okay.
She would have somebody mow the grass like once a month.
Okay.
She was there every once in a while.
Really?
Because other neighbors have seen
Yes.
it.
Wow, because I went in there today and I
Oh,
just,
no, I drove by that way today as well, and it's not
There's-
remote at all.
no, not only that, but nobody's been in that front door or the side door.
No,
Because the
not-
grass is this high
Yeah, no, not recently, but I'm saying
Yeah.
in the past.
in the past.
You know, something could have happened to her, because I think she is an older lady,
I don't
so.
know.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's all I have at this point.
That's all right. Okay. Howard, did you have anything for us?
Yeah, I do. It's the Salon Road thing, I was at that meeting, thought, by the way, was almost as packed as when they did the Greenbrier one.
I don't think there was as much people as the Greenbrier night, they were stuffed in the closet over here.
Oh, but I said almost. And I talked with the guy that gave the presentation, and you are the lead agency, correct me if I'm wrong, will be the lead agency, one way or the other. And he never heard of the Hudsonia report, which I thought was awful. If some of you may remember, I think it was one of the Dysons who funded that report many years ago, and we were one of the first towns to get one. And there's an update on the town website now, when Hudsonia looked at this again, and they went through the whole thing. There's maps and everything on there, and what's diminished and what's not diminished. It was very done by technical people. I certainly, for one, could never do anything like that. But these people are scientists, and that's their field, and they looked at everything, and it's a very good analysis of what's there right now. And I really thought he should be aware of that. Maybe you can direct him to take a look at that before he does anything. He may know this from his own, but I just was shocked he wasn't aware of that report. It was redone, I think, a year or two ago again, so it's very accurate.
Well,
We, the CAC, and Margaret can speak if she wants to, are also very interested in that. In fact, they have walked the CAC people, some of them have walked that road, and you're going to get our report from there as well, but I'm requesting as a citizen that you have that man look at that report and adjust whatever he needs to adjust in his construction. An average person can't do that, but Hudsonia did
Spell the
that.
name of the report?
Hudsonia.
Hudson.
Huds,
Hudsonia.
Hudson, oh yeah.
Hudson.
The way it
Hudson,
sounds.
Is there stuff in the report that would change?
It might, it's mapping. He's looked at things like the reduction in certain areas, and other areas are not reduced still, and as they were when it was, I'm gonna say 2004, that could be wrong. I'm gonna say that first report was done way back when. It was, the town was very excited to get this. There were maps and everything done, and some of them were posted, and we were very fortunate to have that at the time. So they looked at that report, and they said, this is what's changed, this is what's not changed, this is some of the other things we found. And these people are all professionals. They do this for, they're kind of like Carey Institute. They're a very elite group of people who did that. And I think you should at least consider what they said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm asking.
okay, sure. Margaret, did you have anything you wanted to talk to us about? You're happy back there? Well, we have executive session, attorney-client privilege issue to discuss. So, we're going to say good night to everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very
Hi,
much.
Lois.
Thank you, Howard.
I'll be out of your way and a
Yep.
little slower than they are.
That's all right.
So we just need a motion to go into executive
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do an attorney-client meeting, this way we don't have to keep coming in and out.
Yeah.
Let me turn off the recorder.
No, I'll have to get up and
Okay.
get that.
Oh, no, we mean our recorder.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
your
I would never
recorder.
turn yours off.
Oh.